I could see him breathing. I'm like, cameraman, take it away, don't let us see so much, you know. Hi friends, welcome back again to my channel. Today I would be critiquing the Nollywood movie titled Amina.
I am Amina. I fear nobody.
Now, prior to this video, I have already reacted to the trailer, and you can check that reaction out by clicking on the link you're seeing on your screen right now. Yes, I was really expectant of this movie, and this movie has landed like an eagle. It is currently showing on Netflix Africa, and I would be telling you of the good, the bad, and the ugly of this movie, so stay tuned. Now, going to the good part of this movie, I really enjoy the fact that the story of Queen Amina has been recreated and it is being retold. I love the fact that the director and the producers of this movie is retelling this story in a nice and in an interesting way, and they're also publicizing it to a bigger and a better platform. A platform like Netflix is a big one, and I also enjoy the fact that Amina is really depicted well. She is a warrior, she is a fighter, she is determined. So all of those are great characteristics were being depicted in this movie, and it's so interesting to watch. Children above the age of 16 years can watch this video. It is recommended for them, especially if they are told to, you know, write a story of Amina. Instead of them reading big books on the story of Amina, they can watch this movie, get good insight from the story of Queen Amina, and make a good, interesting summary of the story of Amina. So I really enjoy that part. A story is being retold, and I also love the costume. You know, two kingdoms were depicted in this movie, the kingdom of Zauzau and that of Igala. I love the costume of the actors. Each character's costume made sense. The setting also made sense. This movie brought me into the Hausa kingdom. You know, I was in the Hausa kingdom and I felt like I was there with them. You know, I like all the designs on the wall. So, you know, I'm having this refreshing, imaginatory and visual representation of what an Hausa kingdom looks like. So I really enjoy this part of the movie. Now, moving on to the bad and the ugly part of this movie. The directors did not allow me to connect with the character. Like the directors and producers did not allow me to invest in each character. Like when I'm getting to know and understand a character, bam, another character is being introduced. Like, it was confusing to me at some point. I had to pause this movie and I had to reflect, or sometimes I had to rewind back to get the person that is being talked about, or to understand a name, because I hear names like Sariki, Madaki, you know, different names, different characters, and you know, I'm trying so hard to get the characters and their names and understand them. The directors and producers did not allow us to connect. Like, I understand that it's a 1 hour 55 minutes movie, but then these characters, we should be able to connect with them. The directors did not do that for me, and gosh, I was not happy about that. Now, I also did not get connected to the emotional part of this movie. Amina lost her loved ones, and I did not feel her pain. I did not see her where she was mourning her loved ones. Like, come on now. In real life, in reality, it happens to every human being. Anybody that loses his or her loved ones would cry, they would weep, they would mourn, they would be down. Like, I did not feel that connection. The emotional scenes did not even get me. Like, it didn't get me sorrowful. It didn't get me at all. I am naturally an emotional person, and at the slightest show of emotion, I begin to tear up. But in this movie, I was not emotionally connected. Jeez. Now, who is Amina's mother? Like, who is Amina's mother? There was no show of Amina's mother, or Amina, you know, trying to connect with her mother, like her being missing her mom. You know, that side was not shown at all. Later on in the movie, I got to understand that her mother died, and as a daughter, your mother is dead, so there is no scenes, or there's no part where you feel that you miss your mother, where you feel that if your mom was alive, she would have helped you in this kind of scenario that you were in. Like, guys, you understand what I'm saying? Like, Amina's mother was not depicted nor reflected in this movie, and it just did not make it for me. It didn't make sense for me, guys. It did not. Where is Amina's mother, for crying out loud? Now, there were some scenes that I felt that should be in this movie that were not in the movie, and it just made me imagining it. Now, let's take for instance, for example, when the priestess told Amina to go to Bayagida to get blood water so that she can have a blood bath and be fortified with charms. Now, Amina went to Bayagida, or when she got there, trying to get the blood water and everything. Like, guys, I did not even see where Amina had the blood bath. Later on in the movie, the priestess now, you know, was talking to Amina, and she talked about the blood bath that Amina had. And I am here wondering, goodness, so Amina had a blood bath, she was fortified with charms. How did that happen? Like, how, when? Now, another thing I did not like in this movie is the fact that the special effects looked so unreal. Like, at some point I was like, why this now? Especially the fighting scenes. Like, it just felt cringy. Like, cringy. Now, there were so many loopholes in this movie, and it just kept me wondering. Wondering, really. Now, let me give you examples. Number one, the Saraki died. The Saraki is the king of Zazao. Zazao is the king of the 7 kingdoms, right? And he died. And then when he was laid on his deathbed and the camera was focused on him, I could see his heart beating. I could see him breathing, like okay, I could see him breathing. I'm like, cameraman, take it away, don't let us see so much, you know. Then there was also a scene where Amina was injured on her arm, no, on her hands, on her hand. So she was injured, and at some point, you know, she was carrying her hand like, oh, she's pained, you know, the injury is paining her. And all of a sudden, after the whole fight, she did not carry the hand like it was paining her again. She left the hand dangling, and she was moving the hand like nothing happened, like nothing just happened. And that happened in the last part of the movie. Like, guys, so many loopholes that I was just looking at, and I'm just like, goodness, these things should have been looked on. These are little details that some people's eyes trap on. Like, people like me, all these things. Well, moving on. Now, there was a sentence that sounded so cliche. Amina kept on saying this word repeatedly. I am Amina, I fear nobody. I am Amina, I fear nobody. I am Amina, I fear nobody. And at some point I'm like, duh, you fear nobody. It does not make sense again. Please, can you keep quiet? Like, that sentence, I don't know if the real Queen Amina said that sentence repeatedly, but it just felt so cliche, and that sentence did not carry weight anymore. It didn't carry any meaning anymore. Like, once somebody say I fear nobody. Like, we should see the action that this person no fear anybody. Well guys, those are the things that I saw in this movie that I liked and that I did not like. I give a big kudos to the directors of this movie, the producers, and also the actors. You know, they brought the characters to life and it made sense. I would recommend this movie to anybody that wants to know about the history of Amina. Queen Amina is a great queen and her story should be heard by everyone in the world. So I recommend that you watch this movie, you watch it, and you watch it again and again and again, and you should show this movie to your children, you know, your children that are above the age of 16. So guys, that is what I feel about this movie. I hope you enjoyed my review. See you on my next video. Bye for now. So guys, kindly support me on my Patreon account. You can become a patriot. Just kindly click on the link you're seeing in the description box of my video and you become a patron, not a patriot, a patron. All right guys, thank you so much for doing so. See you on my next video. Bye for now.